Dalet. Let's go on with base on the bottom. Kol basar. All meat. Also v'ashal b'cholov chutz mi b'sar dagim v'chagovim. You can't cook meat with milk except for basar, dagim v'chagovim, fish and locust, grasshoppers. Okay. Also and you can't even put it together with cheese on a table, because you might come to eat it. You might come to eat it together. You might come to cook it together. Also, except for basar, dagim, v'chagovim, they're mutter. You're allowed to put them together with cheese. Someone vows not to eat basar. So mutter b'basar, dagim, v'chagovim, you're allowed to eat fish and grasshoppers because these things are not really meat. Just like also in English, probably it doesn't mean meat. Okay. Ha'oif, says the Gemara, also midoraisa, meaning the diuk would be that the only things that are mutter are dagim v'chagovim. But what about oif? That's in the category of isser, right? So it's going to be just like basar. Oif is just like basar, it's daraisa. So it's the more command like Rabbi Akiva. That's not like Rabbi Akiva. Why? The ikar Rabbi Akiva. If it is like Rabbi Akiva's shita, Amar Chayav Oif Einam in Torah. Rabbi Akiva said beferish that both basar of a chaya and basar of a oif that you cook together with cholav, it's not midaraisa. It's not also midaraisa. And from the Mishnah, it would seem that they're all one category. Anything that's not basar, dagim v'chagovim, oif, and chaya, and regular basar from behema is also the same isser. So it would seem that from our Mishnah, that's midaraisa. So it's not like Rabbi Akiva says not midaraisa. Ema seifa, but then we come to the seifa. It says anoidim min basar. Mutter b'basar, dagim v'chagovim. If someone vows he's not going to eat basar, he's allowed to have dagim v'chagovim. Ha'oif aser, but oif is taka aser from tea. Also, Rabbi Akiva says that is like Rabbi Akiva. The Amar kol mili demimlach alei shliach. Anything that a shliach has to ask about bar minei, it is considered the same type. What do we mean? Tanya. If someone says I'm not going to have any vegetables, I'm vowing from eating vegetables. So mutar b'dluin. Tanakama says he's allowed to have the luin, which is a type of pumpkin, right? Squash. So Rabbi Akiva, so he says you're not allowed to have. Or Rabbi Akiva, they tell Rabbi Akiva, a person, the regular way to talk, right, is that a person tells the shliach, take us some vegetables, buy us some vegetables. And he says, I did not find anything except for dluin, right? Which is mashma from that is that he's not giving yerek, right? If he's giving yerek, then why do you have to say, I only found dluin, right? It sounds like dluin is not yerek taka. So Chacham are saying, you see from here that anoidim min yerek should be mutar b'dluin, because you see the way a person talks is that it's not really considered yerek. Amar lohen. So he tells them, Kena dovar. You're right, 100%, and that's where I'm coming from. Klum oimer lo matasi ala kitnis. What a guy say, you ask us to buy vegetables. I didn't find vegetables, I only found grain. I only found kitnias. What are you saying? You only found shirts? What shaykhs? I told you go buy vegetables. You never say go buy shirts. No, I couldn't find vegetables, I only found shirts. Right? From the pshat that he's saying, Elashad luin b'chlal yerek. Right. The reason why he's saying, I did not find yerek, I found luin, right? Because he knows that luin is a little bit like yerek, right? And therefore, he's saying, I didn't find mamish yerek, I found quasi yerek. So you see, Rekiva sees from there that when you anoidim min yerek has to not eat dluin either, because it's a little bit bar minei. It's a little bit the same species, right? That's what he means, bar minehu. The ain kitnis b'chal yerek. However, but kitnis, right, is never going to be b'chlal vegetables, and therefore he would never answer back and say, I didn't find vegetables, but I found kitnias. Right? So either way, the Gemara is saying that our mission is not like Rabbi Akiva, because according to Rabbi Akiva, anything that's somewhat basar, right, anything that would be considered bar minei, right, and if I would tell you, go to the store and buy me some meat, and you come back, I found chicken. According to, right, that's the regular way to talk, and therefore Rabbi Akiva says, so therefore oif would be b'chlal basar, and therefore hanaydir min basar, according to Rabbi Akiva's shita in Nidarim, it should be included oif. It should be included in oif, and should be also to eat oif. So you see that we have an issue because the ratio we said is not like Rabbi Akiva. I'm sorry, Reisha is not like Rabbi Akiva. V'Seifa is like Rabbi Akiva, who holds that it's usher. That it's usher to eat oif, right? And from our Mishnah, it sounds like it's usher to eat oif. According to the Rabbanan in the Dorim, it should be mutter to eat oif, right? That's the thing. But you're usher to eat oif. Now, who holds usher to eat oif? It's Rabbi Akiva who holds that Nedarim is a little bit more inclusive. It's asr, more things are asr. Why? Because it's barmine. So even oif is asr. So the seif is like Rabbi Akiva. Chachamim of Rabbi Akiva and Nedarim would hold no oif is mutter, right? And therefore the seifa can't be like them. But the Reisha of our Mishnah, right, which says that asr is oif midaraisa can't be like Rabbi Akiva. So we have a stira. Reisha Rabbanan v'seif Rabbi Akiva. Yeah. Yeah, the Reisha is like the Rabbanan. Why? Because Rabbi Akiva holds basar oif is not asr midaraisa. The dik from in our Mishnah is that basar oif is asr midaraisa, and that's the Rabbanan's shita, not Rabbi Akiva. So the Reisha is not like Rabbi Akiva, and the Sefer which says an oidun basar is mutar basar dagim chagavim, which holds but oif is taka asr. That's going according to Rabbi Akiva, right? Because according to the Rabbanan, it's not strictly basar, so therefore you should be mutar even ba'oif. So Rabbi Yosef Rebbe says this is not Rabbi Akiva or the Rabbanan. This is Rabbi Yudah Nasi. The Nasi le'aliv de Tanoi, and he chose the Mishnah according to the different conflicting Tanaim and Chanami. It's not the same Tana. B'nedarim so like Rabbi Akiva, b'basar b'cholav so like Rabbanan. It's not a problem. He holds b'basar b'cholav. He had like the Chachamim, and in Nedarim he had like Rabbi Akiva. Okay, Rav Ashi Amar says no. Kula Rabbi Akiva he. It's all Rabbi Akiva, and therefore the Seifa makes sense. That basar oif is aser, but either reisha that says basar oif is aser midaraisa according to Rabbi Akiva, it's only aser midarabbanan. He says, Rav Ashi explains it. Kol basar aser levashel b'cholav mehen, kol basar aser levashel mehen, levashel b'cholav. You're not allowed to cook meat and milk. Mehen midivritar, mehen midivritar. Right? Meaning, don't think that just because it says aser, there's only one category of iser, and that's doraisa. No, some of them are aser midivritar, and that's going to be basar behema. And mehen medivrei sarfim is going to be basar oif, basar chaya, right? And that's considered asar. Chutz and basar dagmei chagam she'enim lo medivrei Torah v'lo medivrei sarfim. That's 100% mutter. That's not even asar midrabanan, right? But just because it sounds like there's you call basar asar levashel b'chol, it doesn't mean all basar as the same is the same iser. No, they're all asar except for basar dagmei chagam. Some of them are asar midaraisa, some are asar midrabanan. Okay, so therefore it could be Rabbi Akiva. The also lahalois ala shulchan, the Mishnah says you can't be male gvina on the shulchan with basar. Rabbi Yosef says Rabbi Yosef shmamina basar oif b'chalav midayraisa. Our Mishnah seemed to like we just said, right? That our Mishnah includes basar oif when it says kol basar aser except for dagim chagam. It means that basar oif is aser, right? And then one continues to say aser lahalois magvina al shulchan chutz mi basar dagim chagam. Which means everything, all basar is not allowed to go on a table with gvina, including basar oif, except for basar dagim chagavim. So fish is, but everything other than fish and chagavim, including oif, is also to put on the table with gvina, right? So it says Rabbi Yosef Shmamina from that, basar oif b'chalav is deraisa. Must be, to cook chicken with milk is midaraisa. The isakadai nichderabbanon, if you think it's just midarabanon, so achila gufa is gzera. To eat actual oif b'chalav that was cooked together, that's only gzera derabbanan, right? V'anan nigzer Allah to achila, and then we're going to be geyser. We're going to be geyser that you can't even put it together on the same table. That's gzera l'gzera, right? V'anan nigzer Allah, or we're going to be geyser being male, putting it on top of the table otu achila as a gzera that someone shouldn't come to eventually eat it. That's a gzera l'gzera. And therefore Rabbi Yosef says must be that basar oif b'chalav itself is doraisa, and therefore it's not a gzera l'gzera, it's just one gzera. Says the Gemara, midat tamer de legazrin gzera l'gzera. How do you know we're not going to gzera l'gzera? Maybe we are going to gzera l'gzera. Gemara says the tam chalas chutz la'aretz ne'cheles imazar ala shulchan. Chalas chutz la'aretz is also only midrabanan. Midoraisa, you have to take off challah, you have to bring it to in Eretz Yisrael. In Eretz Yisrael, you have to take off challah, you have to give to the kohen, it's also to a zar, it's like truma. But in chutz la'aretz, it's not. It's only midrabanan. The whole concept was only midrabanan. Okay. So if you have chalas chutzlarts ne'echeles im hazar al shulchan, you can eat it together with a non-kohen, with a zar, with the Yisrael. A kohen's here, I'm here, we're eating together. It's not problem. No chashash, right? That I'm going to take from him. It's fine. Don't worry. Vinitenis, the called kohen shirta. Another din is that you can give it to any kohen. Real chalas eretz Yisrael midaraisa has to be given to a Talmud Chacham, a machzik b'teres Hashem. Has to be a real frum kohen. That's what we learn from Pasuk Divrei Yomi. So, but chalas chutzlars, because it's only d'Rabbanan, so we don't have the sakpada. Okay, so, but either way, he's bringing a raya from here that because chalas chutzlars is only d'Rabbanan, therefore you're allowed to put it on the table together, right? Meaning because it's d'Rabbanan, we're not going to be geyser that you can't even eat together with someone with a kind of zin chalas chutzlars, right? Chalas eretz Yisrael, which is midoraisa. So that we would be guys, we would say, oh no, you can't even eat together on the same table, right? But chalas chutzlars is d'Rabbanan, no, you can eat on the same table, right? So therefore, he says, you see from here that you're not going to be geyser gzera, and therefore from the fact that by oif we are geyser ha'ala, must be oif is d'oraisa. Abai tells him back, Shlomo yashmi in chalas chutzlars ba'aretz. He says, Bishlama, if you're talking to me about Bishlama, if the Mishnah was talking about chalas chutzlaretz, where chalas chutzlaretz in chutzlaretz, the Mishnah right now is talking about chalas chutzlaretz in chutzlaretz. Bishlama, if it was talking about chalas chutzlaretz be'eretz Yisrael, right, then it would be a direct parallel. Why the ikal migzar mishum chalas haaretz, d'oraisa, because then chalas haaretz, chalas eretz Yisrael, which is d'oraisa, would be a real danger. And therefore, over there. And if still v'loy gazrinan, so then ikal l'mishum then you can learn from there. Right? Ella chutzlaretz, but the Tana, the Brisa, the Mishnah is talking about chutzlaretz, and in chutzlaretz mishum d'leika l'migzarhu, because there's no chashash, there's no real danger of chalas eretz Yisrael. Right? What's he saying? He's saying that the only time we're going to be mekel is in chutzlaretz. In chutzlaretz is only chalas eretz Yisrael. The whole thing is d'Rabbanan, right? There's no chashash if I tell you you're allowed to have chalas chutzlaretz on the table, right? That someone might actually bring chalas eretz Yisrael, which is d'oraisa. Why? Because there's no chalas eretz Yisrael over here because we're in Kentucky, right? Since we're in Kentucky, right? So there's no chashash of real chalas eretz Yisrael, and therefore when it comes to chalas chutzlaretz, we're not going to be geyser that you can't be mal on the table, right? But over here by basar b'chalav. If you say, oh, oif ugvina is only midrabbanan, right? Therefore, we should let you put it on the table, right? But people are not going to know to differentiate between oif ugvina and basar ugvina, right? And therefore, what are they going to do? Basar ugvina. They're going to end up bringing up basar ugvina. Umeichal basar b'chalav rice, and they end up eating basar b'chalav deraisa. Meaning, he wanted to bring a raya from the fact that chalas chutzlaretz, you're allowed to put on the same table, must be. Why? Because it's d'Rabbanan, and therefore from the fact that by oif b'chal over geyser not to put on the shulchan must be also it's not d'Rabbanan, because if it was d'Rabbanan we wouldn't be geyser. Must be it's d'oraisa. Abai tells him back. No, your raya from chalas chutzlaretz is not a raya because it's not exact parallel. Because by chalas chutzlaretz we don't care. Why don't we care so much? Because there's no real chash of d'oraisa in the whole city. It's in chutzlaretz, right? So therefore we're not going to be geyser that you can't eat together on the table. But by oif b'chalav, right, which someone very easily might not have the distinction between oif b'chalav, basar b'chalav. Once you tell him you're allowed to have oif b'chalav on the table, so then he's going to say also basar b'chalav on the table, right? So therefore, in order b'chalal to keep the gzeira of ha'ala, you have to make a blanket thing that anything that's also basar b'chalav, right, even if it's an issur d'Rabbanan of basar b'chalav, right, but still it'll be also to put on the table, and therefore you have no raya.
It's the rice.
You have no raya that it's d'oraisa. Okay. Maskef of Sheishes, effect of Sheishes, Soif, Tzainen b'Tzainen. And he's sort of asking what's the chash? It's such a rochak chash, because even if they both come on the table, right, and I'm eating basar and you're eating gvina, even midoraisa, let's say, right? Even basar behema and you're eating real gvina, right? Still, it's cold. Tzainen b'Tzainen, meaning the whole. What could this lead to even? This can never even lead to a d'oraisa. Why? Because you're eating your green, I'm eating my basar, they're both cold, right? And even if we put it together in the same plate, there's no cooking going to happen, right? And therefore that's not even Nisr d'oraisa. So, no, you might bring it in a in a boiling dish, right? And then I might put my gvina in your dish, and that'll cook it together. So if says the Gemara klishenu and mavashal, it's still a klisheni, right? Because you took from the pot and you put it into your dish, the serving dish, and then I might put my gvina in there. Okay, but still, it's still a klisheni. We hold klisheni and mavashal. So where it says ela shema yala be'elufas rishon, ela gzera shema yala be'elufas rishon. The gzera is that you might put it on the table. That you might actually take the pot that was on the fire, right? And then, so that's a klirishin, and that you might actually put on the table. And then someone might take his gvina and mix it in, and that'll be basar v'chalav d'oraisa. And therefore, because of that, we're going to that you can't bring any basar v'chalav to the table. And then once we're going to basar v'chalav to the table, we have to obviously include oif b'chalav, even though oif b'chalav is d'rabbanan, and it should be another step away. Gzera, no, because we have to make a holistic gzera to include all isurim that are basar v'chalav. Okay. Oif oilei magvina ala shulchan. Now sounds like the mission over here is Taka bringing down a machloikis as to whether oif, this exact shadow that we had, whether oif is allowed to be on the same table as gvina, right? Because oif is a step away. So oif oilei magvina al shulchan ve'ein nechal, but can't be eaten together. Divrei Beis Shammai. So Beis Shammai Taka says, you're allowed to be male oif, bird meat, right? Anything from any bird, chicken or any type of bird, right? You're allowed to bring that onto the table with gvina. But still, you're not allowed to eat the very Shammai. It can't. You're not allowed to put it up, and you can't eat it. So still, this is being machmer over here. This is an exception to the usual type of machlekes that Beis Shammai is usually machmer. Over here, they're mekel. Still is machmer. Okay, which table did they say over here that we're not allowed to put gvina and basar together? Table that people eat on. If it's just a serving table, that you just put you arrange the food on nice and you can put one next to each other. There's no chash because people know to be nizar. It's only if while you're eating you might forget. You might get caught up in eating and conversation and then you might mix up the plates. But if it's a serving table, not a chash. Okay, says the Gemara, Rabbi Yossi Hainu Tanakama. Rabbi Yossi is saying, what's he adding on the Tanakama? Yeah, the Tanakama said that Beis Hillel is machmer. So what's he adding? Maybe they're arguing about achila. The Tanakama maintained that even though ha'allah there's a machlokes, but l'gabe achila, even Beis Shammai is maskim that you can't eat oif b'gvina, right? It's just a question of whether you're allowed to bring it on the table. The Amar le Rabbi Yossi, and Rabbi Yossi is adding that achila gufa mikul Beis Shammai korban b'sil. Even achila, Beis Shammai is mekel even b'achila, and they hold in general that you're allowed to eat chicken with cheese. Says the Gemara Vatani that can't be because Rabbi Yossi or Meshisha Dvar mikul Beis Shammai korban b'sil. There's Rabbi Yossi's Maina and Masechta Idiyos that there's six things that are Beis Shammai's mekel and Beisil's mach. Zu achas megan, and this is one of them. Oif oilei magvina al shulchan ve'ein necha. Beis Shammai, right? And that oif is allowed to be on the same table, but it's not necha. With Silamim lo oilei v'lo necha. Beisil's mach, they can't even put on the table. But even Rabbi Yossi, when he says over these kula Beis Shammai kum Beisilo, right? He's masking that even Beis Shammai holds ein necha. So don't tell me that that's the way Rabbi Yossi is differing from the Tanakama. It's not true. Rabbi Yossi agrees to the Tanakama that it's ein necha according to everybody. You're right. This is just the way. What's it teaching me? This is the way the Mishnah teaches me that Tanakama Rabbi Yossi. It's teaching me that Tanakama is Rabbi Yossi. It could have said different Rabbi Yossi. But you're right. It's teaching me that the Tanakama really is Rabbi Yossi, who's saying over the machlokes Beis Shammai Sila and Kolel the Kolel Davar B'Shem Omer Mevi Gula Loylam. And the reason why he wants to make sure we know who it is because anyone who says Davar B'Shem Omer, he sort of brings Gula Loylam. He brings redemption to the world. How do we see that? Because when Esther told Achashverosh about Bigsan and Seresh, right? And Mordechai, and she told him, Mordechai was the one who heard this. He wanted you to know. He wanted to save your life, and because of that, so Balayla who not Nash Nasamelach, they opened the books and he saw that he owed Mordechai something, and Haman came. I mean, let's say, okay, I always had a kasha. It's a famous. I heard they also asked the kasha. I mean, well, if you take away the whole Big Son and Sarah story, the whole Mordechai, still, I mean, Haman would have made the Gzera. Esther would have been mischanan about the Gzera, and they would have killed Haman. No, I mean, well, if you take out this thread of the plot, why is it so integral to the Mevi Geula La'olam? So I asked once. I was on Purim. I asked Chacham Yosef Raful. He said because when something starts the Geula, it starts the ball rolling. Once Haman had to take Mordechai on the horse, right? So that already started his downfall, and then eventually that led to eventually being hanged. Okay. So you see, maybe Gulul. Okay, that's what you want to bring. Tana Igra Chamua de Rabbi Abba. Igra Chamua de Rabbi Abba. He learned that Oifu Grina Necholin Ba'api Kerem. You're allowed to have, you're allowed to eat oif and gvina. They're allowed to be eaten behefker. Apikaron is like lashon hefker. You don't have to be careful. What does this mean? You don't have to be careful. Hutani love hu amar lo. He said the statement, previous statement. Hu amar lo, and he explained. In between oif and gvina, you do not have to wipe your hands, and you don't have to wash your mouth out. We're going to see, usually in between basar and gvina, you do have to wash your hands out, wash your hands and mouth. But oif and gvina, he's like, nah, that's nechal ba'api koren. No, you're allowed to have behefker, it's fine, because it's only d'rabbanan. Oh, so we're going to see. So, Rabbi Yitzchak Brei, the Rav Mishar Shia, Iklal Beravashi, he comes to Ravashi's house, Aishle gvina, they gave him cheese, ochal. Aishle bisra, ochal. V'loi masha yodeh, and he didn't wash his hands. So they told him, Amrulei, Vatani Igra Chamudar of Abba. Didn't Igra Chamudar of Abba say that Oif Ugvina Nechal B'Pikarin? Only cheese and Oif are Nechal B'Pikarin, Behefker. Oif Ugvina in, Basar Ugvina Loi. So, talk in between Basar and Gvina, obviously from Igra Chamul, you have to be Machmer. Right? So, how can you just eat it without washing your hands? Amrlahu, Hani Mini B'Leiliyah. That's only at night. Habi Mama. Now that's only at night where you can't, right? You might have actually remnants of cheese on your hand. If you have remnants of cheese, then you're going to eat basar, so you have to make sure you wash your hands, wash your mouth, right? But over here now, aval b'imama, but during the day, hachazina, I see my hands that they're not dirty at all, so therefore I don't have to wash my hands.